Let's just talk about the immigration thing. The way it looks is horrific. When you're just arresting people in front of their kids and
Yeah.
just normal, regular people that have been here for 20 years,
Yeah.
that everybody who has a heart can't get along with that.
I guess I don't have a heart. I'm totally okay with it. I think they should do it more. Just because you have your kids with you doesn't mean that you're immune to consequences. Yeah. It's emotional manipulation.
How?
Everybody who has a heart sees that and goes, that can't be right. That can't be right. That can't be the only way to do this.
Right.
Because
Well, the other way to do it would be to have closed the borders ahead of time, and that way it would have never been an issue. Anytime that somebody gets apprehended by the police for committing a crime or doing something wrong, they're separated from their family or from their kids. If they're with their kids, it's not like this is some kind of get out of jail free card. You still go to jail.
Joe Rogan he was talking about some things, and we got to talk about it. So Joe Rogan talked about, illegal immigration and how it looked bad. Emphasis on that look thing. This is not gonna be a nice or kind video. I won't be like straightforward as possible. Of course, I got the clip from Asmongold, so I'll put the link to the full video in the description. But I got about this thing because again, it's just so short-sighted. I get what Joe is coming from with the whole treat people with kindness and humanity. I get that, but Joe Rogan, these guys are criminals. I get it. I understand where it's coming from because they go like people like these like illegal immigrants right now are struggling to survive and live in their own countries. They came here for a better life. But the problem is, if that life is at the expense of other people who actively work, live, and are paying taxes here, it does not help anybody. Nobody gets help here. That's not how you help the system, Joe Rogan. I get where it's coming from as well. Looking bad, looking sad. But brother, criminals are criminals. Now again, I want to talk about two major things. The fact is, one, it's a crime to be illegal immigrants right now. And two, the aspect of it from the perspective of a legal, proper migrant, so that comes to the country legally. Alright? The first one I want to talk about is pretty simple. Like again, if a murderer, if a rapist was to go to jail and that person had a kid, if pedophile had a kid, would we complain that they get the benefit of that kid? No, we won't. We won't be saying, oh, wow, that kid's gonna get no father because the father, murdered somebody or the pedophile. We do that? No, we wouldn't do that. But why are we so indifferent to this? And I get where people are coming from, the whole empathetical aspect of it. I get it. I do get it. But come on, at the expense of other people. And again, they get out of the country. We have seen like earlier in the whole ICE situation right now, where people were given a time limit to get out of the country and try to find ways to get back to the country through the legal means. There was a window for that. Most people didn't take that window. And again, it didn't happen for everybody, of course. There were some people who are criminals who are actually criminals and stuff right now. But the people who came in normally, whose only crime was to come in the country illegally right now, that's still a crime. And again, I'm not trying to be like sad or gloomy or whatever right now. I'm trying to be practical right now. People pay taxes. When Joe Biden right now did the whole illegal immigration thing right now, this guy's way of doing it right now, the way Joe Biden did it, it's just like, brother, what were you doing? What was you doing? What were you doing? Because like he brought all these people inside with no vets, with no nothing, and like it just rained havoc in the economy because again, like the taxpayers' money went to taking care of illegal immigrants. That didn't help anybody. The money was not focused on people who needed the help in the country itself, like the homelessness, the crackheads, all people who need help, who need actual help in the country that they're from. Do not get less priority over people who came out of the country. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? Another thing I've seen that is gonna be a small tangent right now is the aspect of, why don't they just go out of the country through the legal means, through the legal processes right now? And again, when it comes to this idea right now, I say, okay, why isn't it that there are people out there, people out who are out of the world right now, that are literally committing crimes. They have like 14, 15, 16 felonies, and they are like this is the same justice system right now that has done this. They are getting like out of prison while known to be committing multiple felonies. Same. I want to talk about this because of the Ukrainian girl. That shouldn't happen at all. But the fact is, the guy who did it committed more than 16 felonies. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why is that guy not in prison? And I ask this because again, like, if you're telling me that this is the justice system I should trust, it's kind of hard to trust them when this is happening. You know. Same with that other one where there was a guy who wore a furry suit and shit right now, and it was in the beach. And the other guy, the guy who I think was disturbing, called it a disturbance. So one guy walked up to him, and the guy stabbed him. The guy who stabbed him was also a guy who had multiple felonies. What's happening? What is going on? Again, what are we doing? Again, I want people to understand that, again, like this whole situation right now. Like, I don't want to disregard with the law, but the fact is, again, we have to look at this through a logical lens. I get Joe Rogan's empathetical side of things right now, but we can do it. You can do that, Joe Rogan. Like, again, we have to be hard about this because, again, we got to prioritize people in the country over these people. And also, again, keep in mind the people who are legally coming to the country who are going to be disheartened by this. Because, again, how does it look to them? Working hard, getting that money to come in the country through every process legally, only to find out that, hey, I can't even do it. I can't even, it'll be harder because right now I'm on a waiting list over people who actively smuggle themselves into the country. What's happening? What's this? I worked hard. I did everything to come to the country legally, only to be put behind by somebody who is illegally in the country. What's that? What are we doing, Joking? What kind of president do you want set for like the world in general? Yes, I hope everything goes well for the people who are leaving the country, who are illegal immigrants whose only crime was to leave the country, was to come in the country legally right now. I get that. I do feel bad for them too. But the problem is right now, we got to prioritize the people who are in the country now, because again, the debt is not getting any smaller. The debt is getting more and more higher. We have to prioritize people who are in America over people who are not in America, who are not Americans. They are taxpayers, the people who pay taxes. We got to prioritize those guys over people who are not. And again, I also believe we should prioritize the people who are in the country over that. This answers the context. What I do here is try to show a different perspective. I'm not itching to mind you. I'm not itching opinions. Whether those opinions are, they're up to you. I don't care if those opinions are, they're up to you. Again, my goal is to show you different perspective only. This whole thing and stuff right now, it might sound like I'm being an asshole, being a dickhead, and I'm being heartless right now. But the problem is right now, we got to prioritize the people who are actually in the country. Because again, the president we have set for the world, we have to be like, listen, if you come to the country through legal means, you get proper entry. But if you come into the country through illegal means, it becomes harder. And again, crimes are attached to these things. We have criminals in the country already as it is. To add that more criminals is not really a great way of thinking. I get Rogan's side of things. I understand it too, emotional aspect of it right now, but it's short-sighted and really short-lived. We should think about the long-term impact and long-term effect of it. The debt is not getting any shorter. The country is going through a lot. We should prioritize the people in the country before we talk about helping people of other countries. That's my take. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.